What's going on, guys? Josh here from Momentum Productions, and today I want to show you how to use a DSLR or SLR camera slider. Sliders are responsible for achieving smooth dolly shots, and they can also achieve beautiful and dynamic boom shots. In today's video, I'm using the Cinetics Lynx slider. This slider can also be used with a motion control system, a slide motor, and a pan and tilt motor. So if you're interested in this kind of motion control system, go ahead and check out my review for it right here. So we're going to cover three basic movements with the slider: side to side, an incline, and a vertical boom shot. First, let's start with the slide. The sliding shot is a great way to showcase products, and it can also provide you with great reveal shots to help accentuate and tell your story. Now, it's important to understand that when you're using a slider, it's important that your slider has high quality bearings along with high quality rails. That's why I decided to go with the Cinetics system. So if we take a closer look at the Cinetics system, you can see that it has extremely smooth bearings and carbon fiber rails. So far, this is one of the smoothest sliders that I have ever owned, and I had probably about 6 or 7. Now, when it comes down to executing the shot, it's important where you place your hands. For example, I place my hands on each side of the carriage. On the left side, one hand, on the right side, the other. And we gently press down on the carriage in order to apply a little bit of pressure to produce smoother movements. Now, another thing is that you have to remember to move along with the movement. So as the slider slides, so should you, so to speak. So as I slide with the camera, I'm producing very, very smooth shots. I'm also changing the distribution of weight between my right leg and my left leg, and vice versa. Now, if you're trying to showcase a product, for example, in this shot here, I'm showcasing a tire and wheel for an Audi SUV. This was just a demo shoot I was doing at home. You'll notice that I'm applying pressure to the carriage of the slider, and I'm kind of moving my body. Even though I'm sitting on a stool, I'm moving my body in a way to make my shots stable. And I also have my body curled up like a ball. I want to have a solid foundation with my body in order to create stable and smooth shots, kind of like gimbals. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be asking me this question: why would you use a slider instead of a gimbal? A gimbal can produce a ton of these kinds of shots, but the problem is accuracy. A gimbal will not be able to keep consistent with its horizon as you slide left to right or right to left. By having a slider, you'll know for a fact that everything will be leveled. A gimbal is perfect for other different types of shots, for example, tracking shots, running shots, orbit shots, but for these types of subtle movements, a slider will prevail. By the way, I made a tutorial on how to combine your gimbal with a slider, so check out this video right here. Now let's quickly talk about slider length. The Cinetics Lynx is a 2-foot long slider, and it also comes with another 2-foot attachment, which means that it's a 4-foot slider if you attach those extra rods. Now, I do recommend that you get a type of slider that allows you to shrink it down or expand it. This will make the system a lot easier to travel with, and it will give you much more versatility. Also, it's important to attach support stands, at least one of them on one end of the slider. This will prevent your tripod from leaning or wobbling forward or back or left to right. The next shot is the diagonal shot. Now, basically, we are setting up our slider to start up either high and then end up low, or start off low and end up high. This is a tricky shot as it depends a lot on your technique. Now, this is why I like to use a motorized slider. With a motor, you don't have to worry about any technique. You just set up the motor and let it do its thing. You program the move, and you don't have to worry about consistency or anything else for that matter. So that is another big reason why motors make such a difference. But I need to show you how to do it manually in order for you guys to become slider masters. I'm using a GorillaPod to help me out with the incline. I'm showcasing a car's dashboard. Now, I'm in the back seat, I'm setting up my GorillaPod, and I'm propping the slider up. I'm starting off from the top and ending up at the bottom. My hand placement is one in the front of the carriage and one in the back of the carriage. And I'm also letting my palm glide on the rails of the slider to add some extra tension for consistency purposes. This is a crucial tip for you to get consistent and smooth slides while at an incline. For an incline shot, I do strongly recommend getting a ball head because a ball head will allow you to change the orientation of the camera. Especially for vertical or incline shots, this is a must. I'll leave a link for a good ball head in the description box below, so make sure you check it out. Now, if you are performing this kind of diagonal shot on a tripod, make sure you are using a strong tripod. Nothing cheap, nothing plastic. I'll leave a link for a good tripod that I use in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. Next, let's move on to the boom shot. Let's prep our tripod to vertically set up the slider. All we have to do is loosen up the tilt head and tilt all the way down so that our slider is facing completely vertically. Also, don't forget to adjust your ball head so that the camera is leveled. Just like the previous shot, the diagonal shot, you want to make sure that you have consistent slides by placing your hands in the right area. Since consistency plays such a huge role in a boom shot, I definitely opted out to use a motor for my movement. The motor allows me to get that consistency, that smoothness, and overall, I just don't want to work out my hands too much for this kind of shot. So a motorized slider definitely helps you out. But don't forget, with the right technique, you don't need a motor to get smooth boom shots. Alright guys, well that's how I use my camera slider. If you're interested in any of the products that I used in today's video, go ahead and check out the links for them in the description box below. Also, don't forget to give this video a big like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel with notifications on. I can't wait to see what you create, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.